Hi, my name is Tanja Silver. I'm 44. I live in Somerset West and I am an extra for Funky Lemon. I suppose I can start with saying thank you, Funky Lemon, for getting me out of my pajamas and giving me a reason to put mascara on. Obviously, due to the lockdown, I suppose being in your pajamas is, easy. I have been asked to answer a few questions for Funky Lemon. Thank you for asking me to do this lockdown video. So I will be reading the questions and then giving you my answers. First question is, how did you first hear about Funky Lemon Casting Agency? I was actually at my beautician having my legs waxed when I heard about Funky Lemon Casting Agency. She was telling me about her son that had done a few roles and he was making some good money. And my son was 19 at that stage, and as any good mom would do, you try and find a job for your son that's gaming too much. Well, according to mom, that is. So that's how I got Funky Lemon's details. Why did you want to become a film extra? Well, I didn't really. My son, that had now had the contact from my beautician, wanted to sign up with Funky Lemon, and he made an appointment with Craig or Nadine. And just before he was due to go, he crashed his car, and he asked me to take him to Funky Lemon to sign up. While he was busy with his photos, I was asked if I was interested in signing up, and I must admit I thought it was quite a joke. I actually laughed about it, and then, my son, being 19 and full of nonsense, had to dare his mother and said, I think you're too chicken to do it, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I'm not going to have that. So I signed up because of a dare. And then I got the work and he didn't really. So the rest is history. I am in my second season, which unfortunately, like you all know, was cut short. So I do want to be a film extra and be in the film industry. I have found that I really actually love being on set. The next question, what are your thoughts on the SA film industry? One thing I have learned being an extra is that we have magnificently talented people in this country, from actors to ADs, hair, makeup, costume, set design, grips, directors, producers. It's been amazing to actually be on set and to watch people do what they do and how hard they work. We can hold our own in this country with all the international talent out there. We are definitely, in my opinion, right at the top. And I'd love to see this industry grow. With everything we're facing right now, nobody knows where the future's going, but at some point the virus will also move aside and the industry will get back to hopefully where it should be and where it could be. I am a great supporter in South African actors and productions, as well as what we do for the international film industry, where we are being used as actors, as extras, as crew members for international companies. I think the film industry in South Africa is amazing. And I've learned so much being on set and watching people do what they do. So, yes, I'm a big fan of the South African film industry. Out of the roles you have been cast in, which is your favorite? That's a difficult one. I've been privileged to be on a few very good sets. I think there's one that stands out. I think I have been on period piece sets where you get dressed up. I know with Redeeming Love, the movie was one of my favorites, to be in 1930s, to have your hair done and your makeup and corsets. It's just quite something to be transformed into something that just isn't you, or is a part of you. You know, it could be you in 1930, and to just watch how you go from, you know, ordinary clothing to just beautiful dresses and your hair all in curls and little funny bonnets. I do enjoy that a great deal, and to be on set with wagons and horses has been great fun. I really enjoy that. I was also cast in an advert for World Animal Protection where I was a trophy hunter. But this was also to raise awareness against cruelty for animals. That was an amazing set as well, because we were only 4 and we worked closely with the cameramen and the producers and the crew members. It was much smaller than a big movie set where there are 150 extras. It was a featured role, which I was very privileged to do. And it was good. It was interesting to be more in front of the camera than what you are as an extra. And it's actually hard work to be in a more acting role, to be closer to the camera. It's I think when we see movies, we don't realize how hard actors actually work. And I think one of the big things that actors face is the elements. Whether it's hot or cold, it doesn't really matter. The show must go on. Tell us the truth. Is the food really that good on set? When I read this question, I wondered if it was a trick question, because it sounds like a trick question. The food can be that good on set. It all depends on who does craft. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention any names of companies, but I have 2 favorites. And if they are doing craft on set, the food is fantastic. Me being a person that struggles with allergies, this particular company, when I see them arrive on set, then I'm all smiles, because the food can really be fantastic on set. There have been a few sets that I've been on where the food has been not good at all. So I'm glad I'm not going to be mentioning any names. But the food is good. You get fed. I think extras get fat because you just eat so much more than what you normally do at home, because there's always snacks, there's always food, always something to put in your mouth. I suppose the hours have to, pass and you've got to do something. So when you're waiting, you eat more than what you should. Have I met anyone famous? Well, I suppose being on set with somebody famous or an actor or actress doesn't really mean that you've met them. But I was in close contact with Benedict Cumberbatch, which was quite cool. I am a superhero fan, so I thought that was quite fun. Yes, so I think it says here, what is the weirdest thing you have been asked to do in a role? I was in an advert where we were dressed up like the 80s. When you looked across the set, you would really have thought we'd all fallen out of the 80s. And we were to bash down the Berlin Wall. And then when we came through the Berlin Wall, we all had to hug like it would have been in Germany had you not seen your family, had you been separated by a wall. And it was one of the weirdest things I've had to do. And it was a very, we loved this set. It worked so much better than what we all thought it would, because we're all strangers and we had to come through this wall and hold on to one another and hug and be overjoyed. And that was weird. I don't think any of us have ever done quite so much hugging on set. But we got it right, and everybody was happy. The crew thought we were great, so we were able to be huggy on set, which is not something that normally is asked of extras. Then lastly, I have to ask Funky Lemon 2 questions. Okay, my first question to Funky Lemon. I am one of the few I have found extras to be part of one agent. I only work for Funky Lemon. So my question to you is, what is the benefit of having one agent, if there is indeed any benefit to it? That's question number 1. Question number 2. This is something that more than once we've had conversations about on set with different extras. Some extras have had featured roles, some haven't, but when I've sat with people that have had featured roles, this conversation has been quite funny. Do you think, as an agent, that having perfect teeth would actually benefit getting roles? Because, yes, so perfect teeth, does it make a difference in getting the role or not? Thank you, Funky Lemon, for this. It's taken me days to get around to this video, and for what it's worth, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.